Hi, and welcome to today's video where I will be discussing the difference between project managers and management and program management. As you are aware, if you are a seasoned project manager, you are probably have worked with program managers and project managers throughout. Really, what I want to talk about today is defining what a project manager is, defining what a program manager is, and some of the key differences that each role plays within the project arena. I'll go into some of the basic roles and responsibilities and then some of the benefits of effective project and program management. So, without delay, let's crack on. So, the first thing is let me define a project manager. So project manager is basically a concept of its primary characteristics are where you endeavor a temporary endeavor of a project which is specific goals and objectives. You have a defined start and end date, you have unique deliverables and a limited resource and within budget. So that's where a project manager is there. Now, understanding program manager is where, here is where you have a collection of related projects, so not just one single project. You have aligning projects and achieve broader strategic goals. You are shared resources and you share resources and interdependency among projects, so multiple projects. And program, you're looking at the program benefits beyond individual projects, rather you're looking at the whole characteristic. So in essence, project manager in many environments would have one project with it, and the program manager would oversee multiple project managers which all sit under, and then making sure that they all are working together and collaborating to make sure it's all done. So really just some of the key differences between project managers I was going to go and project managers and program managers are firstly scope. So here a project manager is focused on managing individual projects with defined objectives and deliverables, whereas a project manager is overseeing multiple projects that are interconnected or collectively contribute to a strategic goal. So i.e., you've got, let's say, a project manager saying, okay, I'm going to deliver part A of a service, but the program manager will be looking at, okay, not just part A, but B, C, and D to deliver all of that. So overseeing that to make sure that the end goal is met. Next one is objectives here. So the project manager is to, again, is to deliver a specific output or outcomes within a project constraint. A program manager aim is to achieve a strategic goal and benefits by effectively managing a portfolio of related projects. So basically, again, the difference is, project managers traditionally single project delivery. Project manager objective is a bigger strategy. A program manager, sorry, a bigger strategy, a bigger goal that has more strategic benefit within the business and just doesn't focus on the single project delivery. Resource management. So here again, project manager is allocating resource for an individual based on the project requirements. A program manager here is basically looking to balance and optimize resources allocated across multiple projects to meet that project objective. So not simply just saying, oh, I've got my resource within a time box of all that project and that's all I need to do. Program managers looking at the all overall picture and saying, actually, we can utilize resource here for best, we can utilize resource there for best result, and trying to make sure that every project that there is under this program is being delivered with the right resource at the right time. So again, very similar to project management, however, has multiple projects to manage. Now, from stakeholder management is the next thing. So project managers, engage stakeholders primarily within the scope of that individual project. They don't really go outside of that. Whereas a program manager, manages stakeholders across multiple projects. So, or at senior levels, making sure that everything's aligned and they're coordinating across all stakeholders to make sure that delivery. So you may have 6 or 7 projects, each one has a different stakeholder because it benefits, or each one have multiple stakeholders that cross-reference each other, and the program manager will look at all of those stakeholders, making sure that they understand and are coordinating and making sure that you are communicating effectively at that level. Now, in some organizations, you may find that the program manager always talks to senior level, and the project manager sticks to very lower level stakeholders. So let's use finance for example. So project might you always work with a finance analyst, but program manager might work directly with the FD, for example. So those are some of the differences in your stakeholder. The next one is risk management. Again, project managers are focused on identifying and managing risk within the project boundaries. So whatever that scope is, that one single project is where you want to be doing. And now we know traditionally, and I've been saying that single projects, a lot of projects, and multiple projects, but not within. They're all part of it, maybe part of the same program, but tradition. You'll find that they're part of different deliverables which don't have the same end goal. So again, risk management, again, don't forget, project managers focus on identifying and managing risk within that individual project boundary. Project manager is considering risk across the program level, so across the whole level, identify interdependencies and making sure that there's overall program success. So, there's slight differences, but very similar in that essence. So next one is really roles and responsibilities. Now, here, a project manager's roles and responsibilities are, typically associated with a single project manager, such as the project manager, team members, and stakeholders. Whereas a program manager, is looking at the whole program, which includes other program managers, maybe project managers, the PMO, steering committees, senior board members, whatever that might be. It's at a much higher level within the business, and again, their communication is to seniors as well as down to the project managers. And sometimes I would say program managers will get involved to support project managers to make sure that they are delivering the project, especially when there's, you're at risk of late delivery. There's interdependencies where things need to be done. So some of the benefits around effective project and program management, one of them is, if you are working cohesively, you together and making sure that you are, on the same page, it improves alignment and strategic objectives, so that you're all working to the same goals. You can enhance resource allocation and optimize people around the team so that you are best utilizing people around you. You are better at coordinating synergies among projects. So, if you have certain things that all need to be delivered, but there are, synergies, you can make sure they're aligned. Mitigation of risk and improved decision making. Again, if they work together and are having that communication going, the program manager has a better picture of what's going on and can assist the project manager, saying, actually, you know what, there's another project that's got this risk, this is what you need to do, etc. Or vice versa, the project manager has a risk which then feeds into the program manager, which then they can feed and articulate across the whole program. Overall, it could, if they work well together, you can improve the efficiency and effectiveness of delivering the overall outcome. So, in summary, project manager and program manager are two distinctive roles. They have key defined roles. They do have key defined objectives. They're, within the project arena, their scope, objectives, resource management, stakeholder management, and risk management all interlink. However, the level of responsibilities is slightly different, and you need to keep that in mind. And their roles and responsibilities are slightly different. I would say the project manager is probably slightly lower level and not managing all the senior committees, such as steering committees, etc. Whereas a program manager has a lot more senior interaction with senior stakeholders, maybe board members, etc., on key projects and the program. Don't forget, traditionally, project manager, one project or multiple projects that are not interlinked. A program manager will have multiple projects which are all interlinked to an end goal. And ultimately, if they work well together, there's huge benefits, where a project manager and a program manager can support each other for their individual success as well as for the wider deliverable, making sure that there's good communication, enhanced better, coordination and synergy amongst projects. You can better resource allocate, because you can see where people are needed, not needed, etc. And overall, you'll become more efficient and deliverable. But there are challenges because people, there's so many things going on. There's so many variations of the project. Program manager has I would say, probably a bigger juggling act in comparison to the project manager, but doesn't necessarily get involved in the nitty gritty, whereas the project manager really gets involved in the nitty gritty of that project deliverable. I hope that was helpful, and thank you for listening today.